Glen from Hustler Hacks here, and today I want to share a story with you, a garage sale story on how me and my friend made a little bit over 10 grand in profit selling snapback caps. So similar to my other video where I got the Jordan stuff from the garage sale, I had to go deep into the archives, find these photos of the snapback caps that I got, and I think this was about 3 years ago, maybe a little bit longer, when snapback caps were like really popular. And even then, when I found these at the garage sale, we were probably like in the mid-range. Like, they were popular, but you can also see them kind of dying out a little bit. So here's the story. Me and my friend, we used to go to garage sales every single Saturday. I would meet him at his house, find like a little route, everything we wanted to do. He's married now, so he's kind of disappeared. But anyway, we're still friends. But anyway, we went to this certain garage sale. This lady was selling just different clothes, random stuff. And in the table there, they had a bunch of snapback caps like laid out. I didn't know anything about snapback caps. So I was like, what are these like? Are they fake? Are they vintage? Are they new? I didn't have a lot of knowledge, like I said, in them, so I wasn't too sure. There was like San Jose Sharks, Mighty Ducks. There was like a corduroy one of like the Colts, Vikings, different hats like that, but a lot of them were like the San Jose Sharks. Charlotte Hornets, I think there was like 50 or 60 of them. Mighty Ducks, there was quite a bit of each. But like I said, I didn't know much, and I asked her how much. She said they were $1 each, so I only picked up 5, which was probably kind of dumb at the time. But like I said, my knowledge wasn't there. I really didn't know too much, so I picked up 5. I picked up 2 Mighty Ducks, 1 San Jose Sharks, 1 Oakland Raiders, and then 1 of the corduroy Colts at the time, Indianapolis Colts. I listed them on eBay. I had them at $50 each, and I think I had $49.99 best offer, and they sold within like that same week. And I was like, oh man, hopefully this lady still has these hats, because this is big time money. So me and my friend, we went back to this lady's house, and we were there, like, you know, we just got these snapback caps from you. She only spoke Spanish, but good thing my friend can speak Spanish very well, because my Spanish sucks. And we asked her if she still had them, and she said yes, that she would sell it to us. So we ended up leaving that house. We got into like 4 boxes, and it's cool because the hats will come in like a pack of 12 of like the Sharks. I know that one specifically because she had the most of them in that hat. Packs of 12, and then there's like 12 packs per box. It's like 144 caps just of Sharks, San Jose Sharks. It was pretty crazy. But we walked away with a bunch of caps. For sure, I know that box, 144 caps of the Sharks, and then Mighty Ducks, a couple of other ones. So she said she had other caps like locked away in like the storage shed and stuff, but she didn't want to get them out or anything. We didn't really want to trouble her, so we're like, okay, we'll get these. Call us whenever you and your husband can get these other hats out, and then we'll buy the rest of them. We'll give you, whatever money you want, whatever pricing you had them at. So I think at this point, we ended up spending like, they were $1 before. She knocked it down to like 50 cents per each. So like, this is just like a super steal. She was giving us a little story because we asked her like, well, where'd you get these hats from? And they're all vintage. And she said she had a store downtown, I guess like in the 90s, in my area. And towards the end, she couldn't really sell the snapback caps, because I remember snapbacks weren't even that popular. Even like later on, people didn't really wear them anymore. But started getting into like the fitted caps and everything. So she said she couldn't sell them, she couldn't move them. They were kind of left over from her store, and they were just been locked away in her garage and her storage shed for a long time, and she just couldn't sell them. So she was kind of happy that we're getting them off her hands, but now it was our job to resell them, and we have a lot of hats. So, I mean, the risk is very low, but it took up a lot of room. We ended up just listing them and selling them. Same thing, $49.95. Best offer, free shipping, and we ended up having to buy like a full lot of like boxes from Uline because you don't want to get a hat, especially these customers, you don't get a hat and it's all crumbled up and stuff. So we weren't going to put them in like these, you know, cheap poly bags or anything. So Uline, we bought a bunch of boxes, so that cost money. But it still didn't really take away a lot from the profit. So after the eBay fees and the boxes and the actual product, we had about like $40 profit on each hat. We went 20 and 20. So that was pretty easy. I think at one point I was selling like 10 to 12 hats a day. It was getting pretty crazy. We wanted to buy the rest of them from her. She called one time. My friend didn't answer. I guess he was busy at work or something. So eventually we went by. We stopped by her house. And she was saying how she had this other guy interested and he wanted to buy the rest of them. And we're like, we got to get this deal done right now. We got to get these hats. We got the cash on us. So her husband had all the boxes out of the storage shed and now we bought the rest of them. There was a lot more of the corduroy ones. Those like Broncos, Seahawks, Eagles. There's like Texas Rangers ones now we didn't have before. More Mighty Ducks. We had different colors like the maroon one. And then we had the green one. So I was able to keep some of these caps. I wanted to keep a couple of them to just remember this historic day in my hustling career. So I kept a couple of them. Still got the tags, never wore them. Here's a Sharks one, San Jose Sharks. Here it is, American Needle Blockhead. Brand new vintage cap. So anyways, back to the story. So at this point we had like over 800 caps and we just kept selling them and selling them. And I told my friend, well, let's just like, you know, let's just wait on it. Let's milk it out. Let's get the money we want from them. Keep going. And then it got kind of weird because internet memes and swag and all these things kind of like, now it was kind of dying out. Like some people still wanted them, but people were getting made fun of. There's a bunch of internet memes. So we knew, we're like, you know what? We got to get rid of these caps because it's kind of slowing down. I noticed, you know, it was like 10 to 12 hats per day. Then it started slowing down to like 5. And then I was getting like 2. And then it was like per week we had like, you know, different arranging per week, but it wasn't every day anymore. Finally, we got an offer. Someone from Detroit, they had their own store. And they were like, you've been selling a lot of these Mighty Ducks caps. I know you have a lot of them. Will you only take an offer of like 20 to 25 per cap? And we're like, you can take as many as you want, even at that price. Because like I said, sales were slowing down. And it only cost us, like when we broke it down, probably like, I mean, it was like 20 cents per cap. What we were paying this lady. And then the boxes from Uline, eBay fees, and the shipping. Shipping was still under the 13 ounces, so it was like $3 at the most. So profits are still pretty good at that point. I think this guy ended up sending me $5,500 for a huge lot of caps. And he was going to sell them. He was selling them for like $60 on his website. I don't know how many orders he actually got or not. I remember like a year later, poor guy, he was selling like the same caps that we just sold him. He was trying to get rid of them on clearance and stuff. So I don't know, because like I said, it was dying out with this whole swag stuff. So selling them, I think eventually we had to kind of like lower the price a little bit. And then some guy from Florida contacted me. He was like, where'd you find these snapbacks? It's kind of weird because they're all vintage, they all check out, but you have so many of them. And even at this point, we didn't even have as many as we used to have because we sold a lot of them to that guy in Detroit. But we still had a bunch of Sharks left. He was interested in like the Texas Rangers one, which weren't even selling for us. So he cleared the rest of them out. He sent a check for like $2,500. I think shipping it to Detroit and Miami, those two separate things, we went UPS. I think shipping, which we covered, I think was close to like, the Detroit one was like $350 for shipping. These boxes were heavy, and it wasn't just one box, it was like 3 boxes. And then the Miami one, I think we spent like over $200 on shipping. And in the very end, we made around $10,200. We went half and half on each. We did our work, we did our part. It was probably like my top 3 hustling jobs ever. It was just huge profit margin. The snapbacks were all brand new with tags, no problem there, all authentic. It was crazy, and I doubt anything like that will ever happen again. Towards the end, I had to get kind of creative on stuff on eBay. I would sell them like 12 packs, six packs of Raiders, 6 packs of Hornets, of Sharks and Mighty Ducks. Because like I said, they were slowing down. I was keeping some to remember the historic hustling finds and my sales. So pretty cool. If you like this video and you want to learn more about selling snapbacks, like what were the experiences, what did I learn? Obviously I had to learn about them. I didn't really know too much about them at the time. Just different features of the snapback cap that people look for. You can ask me any questions on the live chat. I'm going to be live with Chris the Bonafide Hustler, the College Picker, and many more on the Green Room Hangout this Wednesday, 8 p.m. Central Time. And in the live chat, you can ask me or any one of the admins any type of questions. Hopefully you guys like this video. I thought it was a pretty interesting story. I wanted to show you guys. And please subscribe to me here on YouTube. I have a lot of different finds on my Instagram, Hustler Hacks. See you guys on Wednesday, Green Room Hangout Live. I'll have a link on the chat for the channel below. My name is Glenn with Hustler Hacks. Go out and get it.